Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click that like button to help spread the word about watchJojo, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. This huge capital city has a population of almost 1 million, yet people are rarely seen outside. Vast empty highways roll into Naypyidaw, the capital of Myanmar, the country formerly known as Burma. It's a place where 20-lane civic boulevards are rumored to double up as military runways in times of strife. Officially, the Southeast Asian city is home to 924,608 people, but rare photos by intrepid journalists reveal a capital that is practically deserted. 6 times larger than New York City, Naypyidaw is broken up into massive urban zones, many unnervingly still and empty of traffic. Its history is shrouded in secrecy, and nobody seems to know exactly how many people live there. Surrounded by remote rice paddies, the city occupies a strategic position, essentially in the middle of nowhere. By contrast, the former capital of Yangon, also known as Rangoon, which lies 200 miles to the south, is a thriving city of 5 million and the most populous place in Myanmar. According to the official line, the capital was moved to relieve congestion and population pressures. However, in reality, there seem to have been some complicated and shadowy reasons for the construction of Naypyidaw, which was commissioned by the infamous military junta that ruled the country from 1962 to 2011. There are manicured golf courses, a botanical garden, a water park, and even a zoo with an air-conditioned penguin terrarium, all eerily quiet. Polished shopping malls, meanwhile, are well stocked with luxury goods, and yet few customers come calling. The designated hotel zone on the outskirts of Naypyidaw serves the handful of investors and foreign aid workers who venture to the region. And while many of the city's 350 hotels look outwardly smart, they tend to be empty, decaying, and filled with mold on the inside. Some believe that the city was a vanity project of strongman leader General Thein Shu, a sullen and socially withdrawn hardliner who's been roundly criticized for human rights abuses. In fact, other commentators, including US diplomats, privately wondered if the general was suffering from dementia. The name Naypyidaw means seat of the king in Burmese, Shu not having been known for his modesty. Planned and built in secret, the city's a soaring monument to authoritarianism, built to house a tightly controlled government and to serve as a military enclave that could withstand a revolution. Defensively, it's insulated from social breakdowns in Yangon and well-placed to stamp out regional rebellions. It's also located far away from the coastline, which Shu's astrologer supposedly warned would be the site of a US invasion. The scale and design of Naypyidaw is unrepentantly Stalinist. Indeed, according to journalist Siddharth Varadarajan, it has no city center, no confined public space where even a crowd or several thousand people could make a visual, let alone political, impression. Naypyidaw then is the ultimate insurance against regime change, wrote Varadarajan on his blog. It's a masterpiece of urban planning designed to defeat any putative color revolution, not by tanks and water cannons, but by geometry and cartography. Construction of Naypyidaw is thought to have begun in 2002. Hidden from international scrutiny, the site was cleared of the farming communities, which had worked the lands for hundreds of years. Meanwhile, some 25 construction companies were commissioned for the $4 billion building project. The capital began moving into Naypyidaw at exactly 6:37 a.m. on November 6, 2005, a moment chosen for its astrological significance. And as the heart of Myanmar's bureaucratic apparatus, the city's ministry zone boasts a grandiose presidential palace with 100 rooms, as well as a 31-building parliament complex. Most ministry employees are each assigned a unit inside an apartment block, color-coded according to department. However, the lowliest government workers dwell in military-style dorms, while the top dogs in the ruling party kick back in luxurious mansions. The most important honchos, including high-ranking military men, live apart from the rank and file in a special complex that's some 7 miles from the residential zone. Once more, a warren of tunnels and bunkers are believed to have been built underneath the complex. Naypyidaw was built as an administrative and military control center, but soldiers and civil servants are not its only inhabitants. Away from the grand boulevards and sterile ministries, impoverished shanty towns cling to life. The streets are muddy and unpaved, and the housing substandard. But daily life in Naypyidaw's ghettos is a picture of vibrancy compared to the city outside. This is the real Myanmar, a country struggling with poverty and want. Many of the shantytown dwellers are employed to service the city. Day after day, they sweep down the sidewalks of upscale restaurants where lunch can cost a couple days' wages. Often, moreover, they're the only people visible in the streets. The French social sciences scholar Michel Desertot wrote about the ways in which citizens can subvert the expectations of city planners by claiming urban spaces as their own. He wrote, "Every day life invents itself by poaching in countless ways on the property of others." Will the poor of Naypyidaw ever claim the city as their own? Well, much will depend on the future, for although Myanmar is moving towards democracy, change is slow. Yet for now, at least, its capital remains a stark tribute to militarism, bleak and disturbingly empty. Please don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that's new.